Indonesia is really huge.
Yes, indeed. Located in Southeast Asia, Indonesia is the world's largest island country. It consists of more than 17,000 islands and is the world's fourth most populous country. From the 7th to the 12th centuries, the teachings of Hinduism and Buddhism reached the inhabitants of the Indonesian archipelago, and many Hindu and Buddhist kingdoms appeared. Islamic texts arrived in Indonesia archipelago via traders in the 13th century. By the end of the 16th century, the number of Muslims exceeded Buddhists and Hindus. Islamic kingdoms began to emerge throughout the Indonesian archipelago, and ocean-going trade flourished. Many rare and valuable spices are cultivated on the islands of Indonesia. During the 17th century, the Dutch East India Company sought to maintain its monopoly over the Indonesian spice trade. The company eventually went bankrupt before the start of the 19th century, and the Indonesian islands it controlled were taken over by the Dutch government, which began ruling Indonesia as a colony. After World War II, Indonesia formally became an independent nation.
Precious cultural heritage! Many imported cultures mingled and blended in Indonesia's fertile cultural soil, giving rise to the country's precious cultural heritage.
You are getting to know Indonesia better and better. Let's take a look at Indonesia's intangible cultural heritage listed by UNESCO. The keris has a unique symmetrical shape and beautiful decoration. Apart from self-defense and magical power, a keris also can turn peril into safety. The Indonesian musical instrument known as the angklung uses numerous bamboo tubes with a fixed musical scale or chords to play melodies and can be played by one or several persons. The angklung was originally used to amuse the gods and perform witchcraft. Now it is commonly used for entertainment. The wayang kulit shadow puppet show is a form of folk entertainment popular in Indonesia. Most wayang kulit plays are based on such Indian epics as Ramayana and Mahabharata, incorporating local Javan mythical figures, Islamic themes, and contemporary elements. Wayang kulit shows may also portray local folk tales, as well as satirical views on political affairs. The Balinese traditional dance known as Tari Bali is one of the most famous of the many types of ethnic dance in the Indonesian archipelago. Tari Bali requires great skill and reflects profound Hindu influence from its repertoire to its movements.
Indonesia's batik! Wow! Indonesian street clothing is all extremely colorful.
This is batik. Indonesia possesses the exquisite batik wax dyeing technique. From birth to death, Indonesians wear batik clothing in everyday life, as well as various ceremonial events. By wearing batik garments with different patterns, Indonesians display their distinctive life etiquette. To make batik, first the designer draws the design on cotton or silk cloth with a pencil. Next, paraffin is applied with a copper pot with a spout to sketch out the complex pattern. In the 19th century, copper press printing was used to make batik in Indonesia. After applying wax, the areas to which the wax has been applied resist the dye, and the blank areas with no wax will be dyed in the desired pattern. Lastly, the dyed fabric is plunged into boiling water to melt the wax on the fabric. After repeated wax application and dyeing, the fabric will display multiple colors. Unlike the simple and solemn totemic batik style seen in the palaces of interior Java, the pesisir batik, found on the north coast of Java, is full of joyous scenes and brilliant colors and has a great variety of different types. This is because the north coast of Java had long been settled by Indians, Arabs, and Chinese Muslim traders and Eurasians, and these groups were good at trade and innovation. In particular, they adopted bluish-green Islamic plants and Arabic patterns in their batik.
They are amazingly beautiful!
Strong images such as Indian elephants and peacocks and Chinese lions are also found on batik, endowing the artworks with rich variety.
Linking Indonesian batik. Batik is extremely colorful, but what's the most traditional color?
Traditional batik usually employs the three colors of white, indigo, and brown. In the past, there were special patterns that were exclusively saved for the Royal Palace of Java, but it is no longer taboo to use these patterns, and they are produced in large quantities. Nowadays, in companies and schools alike, many Indonesians make one day out of the week as Batik Day and take that opportunity to wear all kinds of batik clothing. This not only passes on their culture, but also makes batik a new and lasting living ritual.
What a wonderful culture!
With batik's unique colors and patterns, Indonesians are closely connected and share this special cultural identity.